What is the best app for junk removal, guys? Using a scheduling system is a must. It changes everything. It increases the amount of reviews you're gonna receive on your Google Maps, productivity, and it just makes running your business 10 times easier and more efficient. But which app is better? I've used both aggressively, so let's dive in. I'm Andrew, serial entrepreneur, software engineer, and a junk removal business owner. I started a junk removal business as a stepping stone to return to my passion of technology and apps. I invite you guys to stick around, hang out, follow me on my journey from becoming a junk removal business titan to building a $1 billion home services app to compete with Housecall Pro and Workiz. What up, guys? It's been like 12 days, the holidays, stuff like that. So I did rush this video. I hope it still helps. I'm just gonna try to just cover what's important to me in these apps and which one I like better. I'm going to show you how to set up the apps and use the apps efficiently in the next video. So this is kind of just my thoughts on the app, the Housecall Pro versus Workiz. Jobber, which you probably maybe have heard of, is out of the picture. No Jobber. It's between Housecall and Workiz. So yeah, let's just dive in. Today we are going to be talking about Housecall Pro versus Workiz. We're going to go over a few things that I like and don't like about each one, and then I will make my general conclusion at the end. But let's start with what's very important to me, the UI, UX. I am a software engineer. I used to be into design, but I suck at it, so I ended up becoming a programmer. But I'm very aware of design. I'm very capable of design. I'm just not good at making things pretty. But you have UI and you have UX. User interface is what it looks like. UX is user experience. That is the experience of how you navigate and work around it and how you use it. Definitely more important than UI, but UX is great. It's nice to have a pretty UI. They both suck. They're both complete garbage. This is a little bit more modern for sure than Housecall Pro. Let's go to the dashboard here. I stopped using Housecall Pro to log the transactions, so all these numbers are completely off. I just use the Clover machine. But I am trying to use the logging the job amount into this system because I do want accurate reporting in this system versus just using the credit card machine. But anyways, ignore the numbers. This is just kind of the design of both. You'll see that my free trial is downgraded because I have switched over to Workiz. I was using Housecall Pro for a year. When I first got into this business, I tried Workiz, and Workiz was garbage, okay? And mostly just because of the UX and UI. It was just so hard to look at. Everything just kind of blended together. And I'm talking about mostly the iOS app because I was on the field most of the time. I was a one-man show in the beginning, taking my own calls. So Housecall Pro was a lot easier for me to use on the go, visually pleasing to the eyes. Workiz wasn't working for me. It was so hard and cumbersome to use. The text merged together on the app. Whenever I tried to create new jobs, Housecall Pro was just a lot easier on the go for me. We're going to talk about user experience. So as far as the desktop interface, they're both okay. There is one thing that Housecall Pro does that I really like because I used this all the time. So this will benefit you more if you're busier, is I would get tons of calls to change the date and time. Let's say I had to move them to 8 to 10 block. So I would move them to the 8 to 10 block. Watch what happens. Don't notify customer, notify customer. If I hit notify customer, it sends them a text saying Jedi junk removal is now scheduled to arrive between 7:30 and 9:30. I'm going to hit don't notify. And I had to push back customers all the time because I was stuck at a job and then I have to be late to the next one. Or I'd push them all the way down to between 2 and 4. And then I would hit notify customer. It would shoot them a text message saying Jedi junk removal is scheduled to show between 2 and 4. And this was just baked into the system. So I didn't have to set up some automation or some trigger. That is pretty cool. I really appreciate that. Workiz lets you do the same. You can move jobs up and down, but they don't have that notify customer thing. So they don't get that confirmation text. That is one thing I really do like. However, they have timeline mode here though, which is very cool. And I think this is kind of a feature we'll get into later. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. So you have your day mode. Great. I generally do kind of like this UI a little bit. For me, this is just, it's a little bit easier on the eyes. Just what they have up here versus, I don't know. It's okay, but they both suck. Mine is going to be way better. And let's get into the UI on the phone. So let's start recording my screen. We are in Housecall Pro right now. This was the big one. This is honestly what made me not use Workiz. Okay? This is what I'm about to show you right now. Housecall Pro is so much easier on the eyes in terms of your jobs. This is the default view in Housecall Pro. I hated it. I don't like this. It's ugly. You can't see the time as well. I hate how you have to see 10 a.m., 12 p.m. there. I like going here and hitting day view. You can kind of see, oh, okay, there's a job at 5 a.m. And I always do 2-hour windows with my customers, so I know it's a 5 to 7 arrival window. Go down here, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 5 to 7. Visually, this is so much easier for me. I click into the job, yada, yada, yada. It's just so much easier on the eyes. So let's go to Workiz. This is all you get, okay? It is really annoying looking and hard to read. It's just a bunch of text, and I'm sitting there like looking at the time, and it's all confusing. To me, this is much easier on the eyes, and this was one of the main reasons why I used Housecall Pro, was this fucking view. Literally this view. It made it night and day for me. Now, let's try adding a job. You go to Housecall Pro, new job. I can't show you, but I'll tell you this. It's a lot easier in Housecall Pro. There's a lot of clicking, but when you go to Workiz and I want to go new job, it's the same, adding a job. But the thing is it was a lot better with Housecall Pro. I can set my arrival window, and that's another thing that they don't have in Workiz is arrival windows, which is really annoying. So I was able to set my arrival window to 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and it would shoot the customers a text message of my arrival window. Like, hey, you're going to arrive within 2 hours, between 2 and 4 p.m. Workiz doesn't have that. And adding a job and viewing the jobs on the iOS app was obnoxious. So I'm sorry, they need to fix this view. They need to make a view that looks similar to this, where it's more, you can see the time, because for me, I can't do this. And my employees hate it too. They miss Housecall Pro, but I told them we have to use Workiz. And I'll tell you the reason I switched to Workiz. There is a reason why I'm sticking with Workiz. This is a no-go, and that was the deal breaker for me. That's it. Other than that, they're both pretty darn good. There's some shit Workiz has that Housecall Pro doesn't have. Okay, so that is for the iOS app. At the end of the day, Housecall Pro wins on the UI, the user interface, and user experience. I mean, this does look okay, but the iOS app is very important for the field techs, and the field techs hate it. And if you're a one-man show, it's a lot easier. So that's just my opinion when it comes to the user interface and user experience of Housecall Pro and Workiz. Let's talk about multi-location. I didn't know if I wanted to label this a feature or not, but this is something that won't bother you if you're just starting out. If you only have one location and you're gonna have one location for a while, this won't affect you. If you plan on getting a second location, both of them have franchise options, okay? I am in the franchise option with Housecall Pro. That was the only solution to what I was trying to do. How it works is I had 2 locations, right? And I live by the review link being sent out, and you guys should too. That's very important. You got to set that up with Housecall Pro or Workiz. I think Housecall Pro, you just turn on text messages it'll send out the text messages, and then you can set up your review links so that it goes to the proper place you want it to go to. If you want basically Google reviews, Facebook reviews, I made it send a review link to always Facebook. So settings, and you would do Google right here, and so you connect Google. Anyways, point being, it would send that review link to all of my Ventura customers. But when I set up another branch, another location, it's 2 colors, right? Green and purple. We're trying to do 2 jobs side by side. This would be the Ventura truck. This would be the LA truck. Team number 1, team number 2. The problem was they were all getting the same review link, and there was no option to send a separate review link to location number 1 and then a separate review link to location number 2. The only way to do it was to get on the franchise plan, so I had to pay like $250 or something like that. And the reason why is because I'm trying to build up reviews on a second location so that I show up all the way down here. And then I have reviews all the way up here. And then I'm adding another Google location over here for a third location. So I had to do this stupid switching thing. They set you up a parent account, and then you have your 2 franchises. This is the Ventura location. This is the LA location. So then you can go to the LA location, go to schedule. I'd have to add the job here. So we would start adding the LA jobs in the LA system. And then when I got a phone call and it was a Ventura call, I'd have to switch back over to this system and then go over here and add the Ventura job. Now that doesn't sound too annoying. It is, but here's where it got really annoying. When I'm in the parent account, I can't see the customer's messages because the customers always respond to the text message, right? The automated text message that says, you're scheduled for, or we're on our way, or thank you so much, please leave a review. All those automated text messages that go out, and I'm doing 5-10 jobs a day in one location, you know, that's a lot of fucking text messages. So I'm talking to the customers through this system all the time, but you can't access the text messages through the parent account. So I would have to literally log out of this account, log into the Ventura account, log out, log back into the LA account. I'd have to log into the non-parent account to see the actual messages. Since I'm downgraded on this system, I can no longer see the text messages, but it really made it inconvenient because I had to have a franchise plan, which makes sense, right? If a new location, right? You have a whole new franchise, but it was getting obnoxious. It was buggy. Housecall Pro is very buggy. I can't see the text messages from the parent account. I just got irritated. I was like, there's got to be a better solution. I wonder what Workiz' solution. Now, Workiz does have a solution for 2 locations. Now, if I had 3 locations, I could technically do purple, orange, and green. Comfortably, I could probably do, 4 locations here before I need to switch to the franchise plan. I don't know how they handle franchises, but with one account, I could still send a different review link to a different person. So I'm able to trigger an automation so it sends the proper review link based on tags, which Housecall Pro does not have automations or tags. So that was really cool. I didn't need to log in and out of separate accounts to manage multiple locations. So I was able to go to automations, settings, automations, my automations. So I have a Ventura branch review and a Los Angeles branch review. So every time I get a job, I just simply tag it if it's a Ventura location or if it's an LA location. So now when I open up another LA location, like up in Pasadena or something, I can tag that Pasadena branch. So it literally sends the correct Google review. So I'm building up multiple locations within one account. Now, if I get to 5 to 10 locations, I probably want to switch to the franchise plan because it'd be fucking crazy having 5 locations of jobs in one system. That'd be chaos. Yes. So multiple locations. Workiz is the clear winner in this one. Good job, Workiz. Let's move on to features. So some pretty cool features that Housecall Pro has. One that I have to bring up that I am still using. It was linked with Housecall Pro and it was super fucking cool, but I no longer can do it because I'm not with Housecall Pro, but I can use part of it. Let me explain. Force tracking. I can track all 3 of my trucks. One of my trucks is here. Orange means it's parked, so I can see where they are. This is live, real time. I can see them driving. I can see their entire route history. I think it's called the OBD port that you plug the device into, and it reads error codes and lets you know if there's something wrong with the car. Many times have I got an error code and I took it into the shop. So it's awesome. It lets you know how fast they're driving, how aggressive they drive, how many harsh brakes. But most important and awesomeness, besides the tracking and knowing where they're at, which helps my phone people know where they are at. So when a customer calls, like, where are they? How far are they? Like, it really helps. But with Housecall Pro, you can link it so that the customer gets a text message. When you hit on my way, they can literally track you. And that was so awesome for the first couple months that I was using it, or quick 3 months, because they would click the link and they could track you just like a fucking Uber. They can literally see how far you are. So it was a really cool feature. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. But when I switched to the franchise plan, I lost that ability. Once I set up a separate account, I was no longer able to have that GPS tracking where they can see where they are, because it just kind of fucked it up. One of the accounts at least couldn't see where they're at. It was more important for me to start building Google reviews on a new location, and they required me to open a franchise account. So yeah, I kind of screwed that up having 2 accounts. But you could have 2 locations and 2 trucks, and they could track both trucks from one account, but be reminded, they will both get the same Google review link. You can't send two separate Google review links, so you will not be able to have two actual Google Maps locations. I hope that makes sense, but like I said, I am still using the tracker. My phone operators live and breathe off of this thing so they can know where they are at all times. You can click this, you can click it, you can see the entire route, how long they were parked, when they got back. It's incredible. So this is my F-150 with my trailer, and then I've got my two dump trucks. There's one offline, it's not being used right now, and then this guy's over here driving. So that is feature number one, guys. That is GPS trackers, and that is amazing. Workiz does not have that. They do have tracking on the mobile device, but it is not the same. So feature number one, fucking awesome. Housecall Pro is integrated with Force by Mojio GPS trackers. Second feature we're going to talk about, Map View. If we go to today and I go to Map View, this pissed me off. It would show all my jobs for the day and only that day, which was great because then I could see what makes sense and try to move things around and call customers and make the route more optimized. But you can only do it for that fucking day. So when I got into Workiz and I realized that they had jobs by day, week, month, let's go day. Look, I can literally see all my jobs for the day, where they're at, but I can also see it for the previous day, or more importantly, the next day. So I could see the next day and plan the route, but you couldn't see a map view of the future with Housecall Pro. So this was a big win for me because this really helped so I can kind of like plan. Map view on Workiz, awesome. But then they had something, and we're gonna go into feature number two, even a little better. You go into your schedule. Now, let's make sure we're on today. We're going to go to timeline. Okay, so I got my LA crew, my Ventura crew, LA crew 2, number 2. I'm getting ready to launch that third truck. I told you guys. I can hit this plan route view, and I can see where we're going. So I can optimize and call. Housecall Pro had this feature here too. Like, I can't go to a different day and show you. If I go to a different day, it had this feature right here, but only for the current fucking day you're on. But I can go the past, the present, and the future. So I can see the route and readjust and call ahead of time. It gives you the ability to start fixing the routes so they're better optimized. So super cool, and that's the plan route feature under timeline. You can only do it under timeline, not day, week, or month. Now, do I fix the route every day? No, but it's here and it's awesome. Workiz wins on map view and plan route, and then the biggest one that Workiz has is automations. So if we go into a job, you'll see that I have a tag right here, okay? You can create custom tags, custom fields, but if you go to automations, you'll see they have example automations, but if we go to my automations, I have a Ventura branch review automations. When a job has a status of done, send a text immediately, and you'll see that that message is a Google review link. The same goes for the LA branch review. They get a different Google review link. Once I add the third LA branch, that'll be its own location, and I'll start building reviews on that new location. And it just sends a text message out. You just add that tag to the job. Send customer a text as soon as the job is created, letting them know they're scheduled for a job. Like, they have examples of like follow-ups. That's great. That's actually a great idea. After 7 days, after a month, blah, blah, blah. So automations is super powerful in Workiz. The only bad thing I could really truly tell you is the user experience on the iOS and Android app sucks. It's hard to use. The text blends in. It's just really bad on the iOS app, and the employees hate it. I hate it. It's visually more appealing on Housecall Pro. That covers the features. Workiz takes features. That covers the majority of what's important to me. I did kind of mention this already, but I will tell you it's much easier chatting and messaging customers back in Workiz. The text messages all go to one account. Thing is I am not on the franchise plan, so I can't say much, but I will say this. The messaging system is in general a little smoother and better. It's not as buggy. I don't like to use this. I like to call. But unfortunately, customers always respond to the automated text message that I send them. But my employees are able to respond through the app but it was so much buggier on Housecall Pro. The reason why I'm not going to go over like the Workiz Pay, you can take payments with both of them. I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one has lower rate, but that's because I use credit card machines, and you should watch my previous videos on why you should use a credit card machine and not Workiz Pay and not Housecall Pro. Yeah, it's probably convenient, but you're going to get bigger tips with a proper credit card machine. But yeah, and reports and estimates, invoices, they all have it. It's all the fucking same. I like the Housecall Pro invoice and estimates, but I was able to customize the template. It seemed a little more customizable in here. I haven't deep dove, but I wanted to go over what was important to me. If you're a little bit bigger and you've got a crew and you've got a phone operator and you're handling shit from the desktop, Workiz. If you got multiple locations, definitely Workiz. Franchise thing seems a little buggy with Housecall Pro, and I haven't tried the franchise option on here though. But I guess if you were a one-man show, I would just start with Housecall Pro. If you're just doing a few jobs a day, Housecall Pro is much easier out of the box. Text messages are baked in, so you don't have to set up automations. It has the on my way shit, all that stuff baked in. I'm gonna do another video setting up Housecall Pro, so I'm gonna re-sign up for Housecall Pro and set it all up so you guys can see how. I'm also gonna do setting up Workiz, automations, and how I do all that. If you guys like that, if you want that, please comment down below. Honestly, yeah, the dashboard, fucking reports, I'm not gonna go over all that basic shit. It's all the same shit, whatever. Something very interesting too, last thing, is Workiz launched a call center. I am tempted to use it, but I'm probably not going to because I'm very comfortable with Ring Central. I love Ring Central. I have phone operators in the Philippines now, which is awesome. I will do a video on that soon too. I'm sorry this video was fucking all over the place. I kind of just wanted to get a video out, and this is all freestyled. I just dove in and I didn't even write a script for this one. At the end of the day, one-man show, fucking Housecall Pro, because you're going to be on the go. You're going to be using the app. The app is a lot easier to use with Housecall Pro. If you're a little bit bigger and you're planning on expanding and you have a phone operator, Workiz is better. That is it. I hope that helped. I know it was rushed. I know I kind of rushed through it because I just wanted to get some content out for you guys, and I literally freestyled. I didn't show too much of how to use it, kind of just pointed out what's important to me. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I'm going to post a juicy video. The next video is the juicy one. It's probably going to be an hour to 2 hours long because it's the juicy. It's the how to start a junk removal business, but I might be having you guys just follow along of me how to start my cleaning business, which is technically damn near almost the same. But we'll see. We'll get into that in the next video. But we have a how to start a junk removal business is the next video, which is going to be step-by-step, juicy details, all that jazz. But I hope this helped. I will be posting a follow-up video on how to use Housecall Pro and Workiz and do all the setup, the automations, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Seriously, it helps a lot. Comment, like, and subscribe if you guys want me to keep posting, because if you don't, I think I suck. If I suck, I ain't gonna keep posting. Also, I've launched a junk removal Discord channel for us business owners to connect, so please join the Discord. We got 130 members in there. We're active, we're talking, we're chatting, we're hanging out, and as always, toodles!
Just another sunny day in Southern California. It's where the people